Hi everyone, I am Nu-Trix, and today we're going to visit Montreal Knobsession 2024. Knobsession is a place where you can actually go in and test out synthesizers and effects pedal. Like you can bring your guitar, your bass, and you can play the effects, and you can just sit down and use the headphones and play the different synthesizers that are there. So today we're going to go together, we'll go visit, and we'll look at what we haven't seen before. Let's go in.
Well, Knobsession is an event for musicians that I organize here in Montreal, where I live. I moved here in 2018. It started in other cities under the name Synth&pedal Expo. There were actually in the very beginning were two separate events, one for pedals, one for synths. And then in 2018, I decided to blend them together and create a Synth&pedal Expo. Pedals are actually a modular format. They're pretty much like your rack. You just don't mount them on the rack, you mount them on the pedal board. It's all about knobs in the end of the day, so even pedal lovers and guitarists are getting into synths. And so I just thought that the two formats were just made for each other. Here, the name of the event is Knobsession, which is basically the obsession with knobs that people have. People who are into pedals and synths, but it's also a session where you get to turn a lot of knobs. It's a yearly event coming every August during MuTek, which is the last weekend of August. Our partner here is Steve's Music, that they're being very supportive. We do it in a space in collaboration more or less with MuTek. MuTek is an amazing festival based here in Montreal, electronic. There's a component of video and art as well. So it's really the perfect timing to do this in Montreal. The weather is amazing in August. And the thing about my events is that they're always free for musicians. I hate to charge musicians. I might have to at some point because things are getting tough in the biggest cities where I do this, like New York City, London, Los Angeles. Rents are getting really high for venues. So I'm not sure when. For now, all my events have been free. And people can just come in, okay, they can bring their instrument, they can plug in with their guitar, try pedals, and if you play synths, you just, bring your fingers and you'll find things to experiment with.
So we are Kiviak Instruments. Maybe you guys have never heard about us. I would not be surprised because WOFI is our first product actually. We've been working on this guy here for about 3 years. It's about to be launched like in a few weeks. So what you're looking at actually is a tribute to all keyboard samplers from the 80s, such as Casio SK1 and small toy keyboards like this. It's battery powered, as you can see. It's not disposable battery. There is a lithium battery inside. You also have a microphone to directly record your samples on the go. You also have a speakers to monitor what you're doing. So you could play anywhere you want, whether it's your couch or in the park. And last but not least, it has a more extensive connectivity than the old keyboards of the 80s. So whether it's in studio, in a live performance, with Eurorack as well, so you have everything you would need.
For recording, you're using the internal microphone, or can you use a
You
mic
could
in?
use both. As you can see, there is a little switch here, a toggle switch,
Okay.
and you can choose if you want to use the internal microphone or the line-in. At the very beginning, you're going to have a player. The player is the sample player. So once you've recorded the sample, or once you've loaded a sample that you have internally in the machine, you're going to be able to choose different emulations or our own creation too of machines and models that are going to change the tone of the sound you're playing back. It's going to be basically the algorithm of playback, so it can be linear, sample and hold, and so on. The units of the first batch were shipped last week, so we expect them in our office next week. And after that, we're going to inspect all the machines to be sure that everything is all right. And after that, we're going to start shipping first to our backers and then to our partners.
Hey, I'm Geert from Erica Synths, all the way from Latvia, Letony. And today I'm so happy to be at this event in Montreal. I'm touched about how Montreal is beautiful, and I will be back here soon.
Well, happy to hear that. I was born in Montreal, so that makes it.
So I bring a couple of instruments we already have and a couple of instruments which are in development. So here we have Perkon's drum machine, our special statement in drum machine segment. Connected to it is our new FX module Nightverb. It is just launched a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Then we have a prototype of steam pipe physical modeling synthesizer, as we say, 8-voice polyphony synthesizer with no oscillators, because it uses physical modeling algorithms to describe how sounds are made in wind and string instruments. We presented it last year on Superboost. Now it's in final stage of development, and we also look forward to have it out in 2 months or so. And then we have some special news in Eurorack field. So this is our upcoming product, Resonant filter bank, which we also presented on Superboost. So it's basically analog filter bank with 10 bands of 10 bandpass filters. But the beauty is that the control is over the filters is digital, so you can do all bunch of tricks which is not available on filter banks with like conventional control. Bands are controllable via when you select the individual bands, or when you use it with expander, so it's hands-on control here. It's Perkon's voice module. So basically what we did, we took engine from Perkon's drum machine and put it into Eurorack module. So you have all algorithms which are on Perkon's drum machine. So now the kick drum is generated by the module. Let's see what's the effect if I change the preset.
I'm from Bastl Instruments. We're a modular company and desktop company out of Brno, Czech Republic. Today we brought a full modular rig, including our soft pop, but then our 2 new modules, the Crust, which is based off our pizza platform. The pizza platform...
You said pizza.
Yeah, pizza. Yeah. And then there's toppings on the pizza. So we have pizza, we have Basil, which is our delay modules, and then Crust, and then our delay desktop, the Thymes. So all toppings for the main pizza. Yeah, so the Crust, what the Crust is that it's based off our pizza platform. It's a different firmware, meaning that you can buy the Crust, but then if you have a Crust or a pizza or a Basil, you could flash the firmware to try out any of the other modules. The faceplates are different, but the actual firmware is different on each of the modules. The Thyme or Thyme Plus, that's our new version of the Thyme that we had previously. We've redesigned it, so we have a metal enclosure on top of it, PC board on the top, and then a step sequencer. So the step sequencer can run for 4 banks of 8 patches. So every time I'm choosing here, I'm choosing a new patch that I've created. We can turn down the tape speed.
Is it an instrument or is it?
It's so what it is it's like I think of it kind of like as and we think of it as like a digital tape reel. So imagine a destructive tape reel that you can modulate any of the parameters on this device, and it's a tape loop with 8 different steps that you can apply to it.
Hi, my name's Jack. I run the company Setonix Synth from upstate New York, USA. Setonix Synth, and we are here at our very first Montreal Knobsession to bring you a selection of primarily analog Eurorack modules, as well as our new standalone contact mic inline amplifier first contact. So people without modular synths or who bring things can use this to plug it into their case, and we've had some success with people bringing their own synths today. Be on the lookout for that, it's coming out very soon. But we've also, for the last 3 years, been releasing a lot of really great Eurorack modules. We've got a selection of our earlier modules here. We've got a marsupial filter that people are really liking a lot. The psychedelic voltage processor, which is using these crazy color-changing LFOs to make chaotic voltages. And then the main one that we're featuring here today is the Shaka 8 voltage-controlled stereo matrix mixer, as well as the expander, the Shaka 4 stereo matrix expander. And what these are fully stereo VCA-based matrix mixers where at each point you have the ability to control the send of 4 stereo sets of inputs going to, on the main unit, 2 sets of stereo outputs. So that makes that really great for, as I have it patched up now, looping in a single effect. I have my delay here, and what's unique about this one is that it has voltage control for the level of each send here.
So this is a Eurorack. You've got patch bays, you've got gain and sum, and all of this is controlled by your processor. You can save the preset of how it's routed.
We can save 128 presets.
128
And you can either run them as one of the 8 triggers there, just to push one.
You get triggers, you can trigger, you've got inputs and outputs as a patch bay. They can be split.
Yeah, you can set one of them to feeds 16 low impedance long lines if you need to go to guitars, amps.
And everything can be controlled by the brain, the ER processor you have here. You also have USB, so I guess you can connect to the computer. Do you have a...
It has USB and it has Ethernet because our stuff is designed future-proof.
Yeah.
Some of our latest time code devices, the regular MIDI time code and longitudinal time code, they also do time code out on the net.
Okay.
Because that's what we've been doing, is staying ahead of the curve and making things obsolete-proof for a long time.
That's cool.
Hi, we're here with Leaf Audio, a German company, and we've got different products here that all of them actually are using contact mics. So they're actually fun boxes. You also have something that's hidden right here, which also is, well, it's actually a seismic microphone, which will be able to catch really low frequencies. As you can you hear yet? Yeah. So right now it's attached to a water bottle, and all you're hearing is kind of a really low-end rumble. And this is the kind of microphone you'll be using to catch anything like from an earthquake and vibrations like that. So it's a very interesting thing. It's a good coupling, this microphone, well, this contact mic with this one, because you'll have both worlds.
I'm Zach, and we're This.is.NOISE Inc. We're a small music hardware company based out of Ontario. We have the MIDI blaster here. So this is an infrared controller. Basically, it has 4 separate infrared sensors. Each one sends a different MIDI CC value, which you can see on the software side here. So you can tilt back and forth, side to side, and that will affect whatever you have it set up to do on the software side. Yeah, this one right here, that's our first product. It's Noise Machine, NMSVE. Stands for Noise Machine Straight Vibing Edition. It's a Bluetooth MIDI controller. So it has 12 separate buttons, and each one sends a different MIDI note to the software. You have a MIDI effects knob. So you can assign that to whatever MIDI effect that you want on the software side. And then you can filter between 7 different banks using the slider. So that will change what the 12 buttons are sending over to whatever software you have running. This one is the V2 of the Noise Machine, so NM2. Same concept, same sort of idea, except you have 18 buttons, 2 endless encoders, so they spin constantly, X and Y tilt, which you can hook to whatever MIDI effect you want, as well as USB MIDI and Bluetooth MIDI.